Welcome to Arise Africa Group Television. This is a program that showcases Africa, African development, entrepreneurship, science and technology. Today we have a very famous lady, Morejoy Saineti, who has pioneered services that provide for dementia sufferers within England and has taken the same service now to African countries where dementia itself is stigmatized as a condition and generally people don't know much about it. Welcome, Morejoy.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you for having us, for coming here. Please tell us a bit about yourself.
Okay, my name is Morejoy Saineti. I am a nurse, a dually qualified nurse. I'm a physiological nurse as well as mental health nurse. And also I lecture at the university on dementia and organic brain disorders as well as end-of-life care.
Excellent. Now, tell us a bit about dementia. What is it exactly? And the symptoms and prognosis. What is dementia for our viewers?
Okay, dementia is an umbrella technology which describes conditions which affect the brain, and there are quite a lot of them. But we have major ones, which are Alzheimer's disease, we have vascular conditions, and also we have got Lewy body dementia, HIV dementia, and also we've got frontal lobe dementia. So there are quite a lot of them. I believe there are a lot, as many as people who are living with dementia.
Okay. Now, when you've given us a bit of the scientific background, physiology, what about the man on the street if he's trying to understand sort of symptoms? What are the symptoms we're looking out for when we see someone with dementia?
Okay.
The day-to-day symptoms.
The dementia affects the brain. Right. So the brain function is affected, and in other words, these conditions have impact on the brain cortex, which affect several functions of the body. So, but initially it will present with a memory problem, short-term memory loss, and then eventually even the long-term memory loss begins also to affect the person. But you have thinking as well. The thought process is affected, the judgment is affected, understanding, comprehension, all these areas of the brain which articulate these functions of the body. If they are affected, it means that the person will present with a difficulty in that area.
It's quite impressive that we have you as a one of the leading teachers and lecturers in dementia at Greenwich University. And I do know you've done quite a bit of work with Westminster as well, pioneering a service in Westminster Borough. Tell us a bit about that.
Well, I was working for Oxley's NHS Trust when I saw this opportunity to go and pilot a project to see whether we could look after people with dementia in the community, and it was in the Westminster Borough. I was working for a non-governmental project. In other words, the organization was not an NHS organization, but our change, we were impacting the NHS as well as the social services. So in other words, working for the NHS outside the NHS. And it was creating this project, ensuring that we look after people in their homes, just like Macmillan nurses look after people with cancer and other physical conditions in their homes until they die. And the major part was about training people, training families, making them aware of the condition and how they can communicate with the person with dementia. And when you train families and professionals, the NHS staff, the social services, and the carers who are looking after people, it ended up saving the NHS a lot of money. More than $250,000 within the first year of inception of the project. It's still going on. It was a success in many other areas in UK. They actually benchmarked it.
Excellent. Now, it's quite distressing, I think, for viewers and other people who've experienced dementia in their personal lives. It's quite distressing when you see a parent, a grandparent who's been active, mentally acute, cognition is perfect, and suddenly they start losing their mind, not remembering things, forgetting even you. I think that's quite distressing. Now, how has that affected you personally?
Well, the thing which motivated me to look after people with dementia and to even look more closely into what is dementia is my mom.
Your mother.
And my mother is living with dementia, and when she started presenting with the symptoms of dementia, she deteriorated very fast. And for me, it was an awakening call, because she was coming from Africa, and knowing that we originated from Africa, I looked at the systems in Africa. If we were there and she had presented with this condition, how were we going to look after her? And knowing that there are not many services there which could help my mom, I took it upon myself that we should start African Dementia Services, and that's why I'm here, because it is within my family, and it could be within other people in Africa. They don't know about this thing. So I have to go and give an awareness and train staff. And I know that even here in UK, not many people were trained to look after people with dementia. We are now starting awareness. I'm a dementia champion. Alzheimer's Society started this national campaign through Dementia Friends. And we have been talking about dementia to many people in different areas. We started here with the BMEs. I was working with a friend of mine when we were familiarizing people using tea party, Gele tea party, Nigerian headgear. And after talking about this fashion wear and fashion show, we talk about dementia.
Okay, fantastic.
So we have been doing BME dementia as well as Christian dementia as well, going into faith and dementia.
Faith-based.
Yeah, so
excellent. Thank you so much. So being an expert in Europe, right, lecturing, going into the Black minority ethnic groups, working with Westminster. Now you've taken the same service to Africa. Excellent. Thank you so much. What are the challenges that you're finding in taking this to Africa?
The challenges is about where do we start? You know, because it's a vast topic, and also Africa is a big continent. But what I've done is I've visited some few countries so far.
For example, what countries?
We visited South Africa, Malawi, Zambia, Mozambique, Zimbabwe, and we are planning to go to Ghana as well as Swaziland. We have links with people who are in this country, who come from those countries. And so, like, we visit there and we talk about this dementia. But in Zimbabwe, we've actually started to make more inroads into the Ministry of Health.
What actually are you doing when you visit?
Well, when we visit, we go and meet a group of people. Like some people will be having some conferences and then penetrate there and talk about dementia. I did that in 2015 in Zimbabwe. We had ICASA. At ICASA, it was a conference for sexually transmitted diseases and HIV. And I found myself having two workshops there talking about dementia and how it can be related to these conditions like syphilis or HIV.
So basically you are raising awareness.
Yes.
And awareness campaigns.
Yes.
I understand you do some of your work in villages. Can you give us an example?
Yes. In Zimbabwe and as well as South Africa, we started in villages. So in Zimbabwe we are in Chinjike, and Chinjike is a village in Mrewa. So I've gone there, talked to villagers, people who gather, and we speak about dementia. And funny enough, there was a lady who said, "You're talking about me, my father-in-law. I was abusing him, thinking that he's the one who killed his son, my husband, and because I didn't know it was dementia. And this man had stroke, was on anti-hypertensive medication, and yet his memory was gone." And
so when she said she thought he killed her husband,
because he thought he was a witch.
She thought he was a witch, but he just lost his mind. He didn't do it really.
No, he was. It was memory problem. So when it improved the relationship, it improved her understanding, and because of that, she took it passionately to say, "I want to make people aware of this condition." So they've been going to the councils in their area, to the village heads, to the chiefs, and talking. They've actually an outreach team. They've gathered together. So it's like the ground people are the grassroots. Yes, the grassroots are taking this passionately and saying, "We want to pioneer this and raise awareness. Just give us information, give us leaflets."
And train. So that's excellent. You're doing a lot of work in the grassroots, which is really good. Is there anything that you're doing with policymakers at the top?
Yes.
So that it's bottom meets top.
Yes. Well, with the policymakers, I went to the Minister of Health and spoke about dementia. I visited the psychiatric unit in the Hanare Hospital and also in Pararingatwa Annex to just look at the situation. And the Ministry of Health, they said I should sign a memorandum of understanding we've registered a Regeneration Center organization which is providing the dementia services there.
Right.
So we have done that. We are in the process of completing that memorandum of understanding. Well, their agendas, they have their agendas, we have our agendas. And so we are coming to an understanding, how do we operate this?
Okay.
They would want me to train professionals so that the professionals are aware, but we also want to influence policy, working with organizations who can influence a policy at that level to say we should understand, the nation should understand how to communicate with people with dementia and how to include them in their initiatives in the society. So it's about making people aware, because even up there, not many people know about this condition.
Excellent. Thank you so much. So basically, in African states, as we know, things like dementia and mental health problems can easily be stigmatized as witches and someone who is pretending to be unwell. And I'm very pleased with what you're doing, because raising an awareness, giving information, educating is really useful for our people, particularly in the villages and other areas where there's not much inroads to education. So thank you for doing that. In terms of policymakers, you mentioned you're working with Ministry of Health, Department of Social Services, Welfare Services. That's excellent. What help would you be seeking from our viewers? To say what sort of assistance would you be looking for from England, from African people that will help you achieve your goal?
My challenge, the major challenge, is finance.
Right.
It's a big thing for us to start up a service. We need, like right now, I've interpreted some simple dementia information into Shona. We would want to print booklets. We want to write our own manuscripts and our own books about dementia. We want to have gadgets which we could use to go around in the villages talking about them. I don't have to be everywhere, but if we can train people to use some iPads or some gadgets, electronic gadgets, to teach people about dementia, to give awareness. Everything needs money at the moment. Okay. You know, traveling to Africa is quite expensive. I come here, work a little bit, gather some money and go. So you find that we are at a slow pace because of funding. And I would want also our viewers to spread across Africa, to say dementia is not just a white people's condition, or it's just known in UK or in America, but in Africa it is there. People are abusing drugs, people are abusing alcohol, and when you are abusing alcohol, what is happening is that you are not getting the necessary vitamins which build up the brain cells. And if you are smoking and maybe taking some drugs which can affect the hardening of your arteries, things like that, you can end up with vascular dementia.
As well as HIV.
HIV, diabetes, all these conditions which are of the blood, and they affect the
So basically, if I understand you well, your goal with Africa Dementia Services is not only to bring information and education, but and raise awareness, but is to, with that information, is to bring about prevention.
Yes, prevention, but
and
also
then
research.
Yeah, cure.
There is no cure, but if you prevent the disease which causes the brain damage, lifestyle,
drugs, alcohol.
Taking
HIV,
taking
early diagnosis.
Yes.
Okay, those things will prevent it.
Yes.
Okay.
So early diagnosis of HIV, it means the person is not going to have brain damage.
Right.
Okay. And also, if people are aware that taking alcohol, you are damaging your brain.
Yes.
You are not just damaging your liver, but you are damaging your brain as well, and things like that. And taking your medication for your heart problems, your high blood pressure, and diabetes, keeping your blood sugar low, exercises, lifestyle change. Okay. So these can
be simple things,
but also stimulating your brain. Like from childhood, we need to be motivating our brain so that we keep on having an active brain. Okay. So there are so many things we could do to ensure that we exercise our brain.
Excellent. Thank you so much, Morejoy, and we wish you well. The viewers will obviously want to contact you. Where can we write to you? How can we contact you?
Yeah,
Do you have a website?
We have a website,
Okay.
which is Africa Dementia Services, www.africadementiaservices.com.
Okay, and you've got your email there.
Yes,
okay.
there is an email. They could contact us there on, and also the phone numbers. Yes, we really need to. I'm happy that Africa is waking up, rising, and we are engineering things for us. You know, it's not just waiting for somebody to come and do things, but we are saying, arise Africa, and let's do this thing as well. Let's go there, build colleges, build training centers, build research centers.
Yes.
That's my ultimate goal.
Excellent. And the whole point of Arise Africa Group TV is basically to encourage African people to bring development and sustainability to their own communities and their own countries. It's a good thing that Morejoy came into England about, 25 years ago, and she's not just taken the knowledge for herself. She could easily have just treated her mother here and then just kept quiet about it, but she's taken the service over to Africa, and that's the whole point and goal of Arise Africa TV, is to present African entrepreneurship, innovation, trade, and development, and this is what we're hearing from Africa Dementia Services. So thank you so much, Morejoy, for coming. Our viewers will be in touch with you, and all the best with your service.
Thank you for the work you are doing.
Thank you.
Bye.